folks, Brad from Orders from Headquarters. How you doing today? Man, what a nice fall morning. It is beautiful. It's crisp. I got a little smoke going in the air from my stoves. It is nice and chilly. I can't wait to get into the barn and do some craft fair stuff because I am so far behind. But I got a project that you are definitely going to like, and it's easy, and it's a good way to use up a lot of scraps that I'd found throughout the year. So stand by. Okay, folks, so today I'm going to start off, and I'm going to use an 8-inch round that's a 1/2-inch piece of plywood, and then another little 1/2-inch piece of plywood for another part that's got the rounded piece up there, and then I'm going to use a 3/4 inch piece of cedar that I've rounded on both edges already, but the top and the bottom that you're looking at need to be rounded as well. What I'm going to make is a ornament for either a door hanger or you can use it as a door hanger, you can cut them out and use them for picture frames, you can do all kinds of things with this, but stand by, I'm going to show you, you're going to like it. So stand by, I will meet you with my drill at the drill. So for this piece, I'm going to center up a 1-inch Fastener bit on the middle of this piece of scrap I got that's on the rounded end part, and I'm going to end up making a hole all the way through. So stand by. I'm going to mark it, and then I'm going to drill it. Okay, now that part's drilled, we're going to take a 1/4 inch router and go all the way around the circle on both sides. So I'm going to route both sides of this with a 1/4 inch router. When you're done, it should look something similar to that, rounded off on both sides. Now, what I could do, I can sand this, but this is really smooth, surprisingly. I can't believe how smooth that is. I'll hit it well, I'll touch it up when I'm totally finished, but as you can tell, I didn't go all the way around. I stopped about right there. I'm going to cut this off with my bandsaw, or I could use the chop saw, but I figure my chop saw ends up leaving a little jagged, but it's on the back side, it really won't matter, so stand by. Well, I decided to cut it on the chop saw just because, or the miter saw, just because it'd be easier. Now, you want to be very careful not to cut your fingers. Be careful when you're using your miter saw. I don't ever say that enough. And make sure you're wearing your PPE gear. Make sure you got your safety glasses on. Hearing protection is also a must. Now, you remember I told you I had a 3-inch cedar block and I needed to route this side off, and I didn't do that when I did the first one, so I'm going to go ahead and route it as well. Okay, folks, now I got those two pieces are done. I'm going to CA glue this little piece onto the other one. I'm going to leave this little round at the very top. I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to center it up. Leave it sit. It's going to look like that. But I'm going to nail that. I'm going to staple that as well with 3/4 inch staples. As soon as this airs up. Okay, so your piece should end up looking like that. Now, that being said, all we got to do is round this piece. So stand by, I got to set that up. So I'm going to route this with a 1/4 inch router. So stand by, here we go. Now, all the boards that I get have a little groove right on the very top of them because they're coming out of a CNC machine. They're the fall-offs off of a CNC. So they always have that little groove. So I make that the very top of my piece. Now, if you're cutting these with a circular saw, you're not, or not a circular saw, but a scroll saw or band saw, you won't have this. But this is just a pain that I get them this way, but they're throwing them away, so I can't complain, and I love it because I always need circles. So, and I hate cutting circles. And if I can find a way to use them without having to deal with that, I usually just cut around it, recut them when I get home. But so now I'm going to CA glue that, and we're going to nail it. So stand by. Leave it set, pick it up, put in a couple Brad staples. That's right, they're mine. I can call them what I want. There we go. So now we got here a Christmas ornament. Ta-da. Now, if we want to get decorative and fancy, now that I put sawdust all over the piece I was going to decorate it with, wasn't planning on that, I figured I could do, I don't know how I'm going to go with it, but it's going to go something similar to that, I'd reckon. And I just got this stuff at Walmart. I'm not a huge fan of using fake stuff, but today, like I said, I got craft fair coming up. Some of the people like this, so we're going to do it. So, that being said, there we go. Finished product. Other than you could paint, I recommend painting these silver or gold. You can do whatever on this part. These you can put a color. I'm not gonna. I'm just going plain wood. Like I said, I'm behind in craft fair stuff, and it's cold out in my shed, so painting is not an option. So, but this is what they look like. I'll show you another detail when we're all said and done. I'm going to add this with the other collection I got in the house, and I'll show you. It looks pretty cool. Stand by. So, if you like this project, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you all have a good holiday. And some happy craft fair, because it's coming up. We got to get that stuff out there. See y'all later.